Respectfully. It's not, and that's okay. Always be your authentic self with no malicious intentions. I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I don't start problems just because, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. I never disrespected my neighbor. I never try to put my hands on my neighbor, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not, and that's okay. I don't worship the devil, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I don't play with spoke in a toxic way. I don't energy harvest off innocent people's energy, and I don't destiny swipe with folks. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I never gave anyone permission to use my creativity as their own. God works in mysterious ways. Always be yourself. The light that God installed within you is truly beautiful. You stand before yourself. Elevation looks good on you. It didn't matter what storm was coming by past. How God showed you your resistance. Hold on 1 second. Allowing yourself to let yourself free. They will never understand your existence when it comes to your reality. You don't worship the devil. That is just different. We all operate the same. I ain't have to gang stalk folks. I ain't have to pay somebody to take my name out their conscience when it came to free will. Because I understood, hold on 1 second. I wasn't trying to become my worst enemy when I'm dealing with God. The light that God endured within me. I knew how to treat my neighbor right. Always be yourself. Always be yourself. Always be yourself. Always be yourself. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. The light that God would throw within you. When it came to your faith, it wasn't a mistake. It was truly your protection. When it came to your rejection, how your past and living your reality today. Folks trying to line you up so I get your conscience when it comes to your free will. I never gave anybody permission to use my creativity as their own ideas. Regardless of whoever's ear hustling, I say that respectfully. I ain't had to get disrespectful with my neighbor when it came to common sense, something they truly lack when it came to the intuitions. When they try to dim my light, I believed in my faith. I stand before myself today. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. Always be yourself. I'm far from a hater. I'm far from a copycat. We all not the same, and I say that respectfully. When you're truly being authentic, they will never understand your existence. And let that go and store within you. Always be yourself. You may be corny to somebody else, but the right people that's really for you, they ain't gonna overlook you. And it's just different. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a copycat. What about you? Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a copycat. What about you? Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a copycat. What about you? It's the train of thought for me. The aftermath hit real when it came to self love. Actually, going within to understand that you was going to be misunderstood, let alone judged by folks that couldn't relate to your love language. Going within to understand the comfortability that God endowed within you. That patience, find a peace within. Bettering yourself, the better days ahead, not to overlook you. They will never understand God's vision. Loving yourself, the better yourself. Love you, choose you, don't them. You're like neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. Catch your blessings. Catch your blessings, neighbor. You caught yourself. You wasn't the rejection. You understood that unconditional love to choose yourself, not to overlook you. When God was truly balancing you out to show you better days ahead, not to overlook you. Hold on 1 second. They would never understand your resistance. When you wasn't trying to get physical. You know how to hold self control when it came to having accountability, when it came to your boundaries. They would never understand why they didn't get you out of character when you was in your own lane, understanding the vision that they can relate to, why your dreams truly came true. You allow you to choose you. Always be yourself. Never allow someone to make you feel like you gotta live in fear. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I'm Naya Geo, love respect. And I don't play with spoken in a toxic way. I don't energy harvest off innocent people's energy. And I do not destiny swipe with people. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I don't sit around here beating people up, getting people psyched that they free when it comes to their conscience, or because of the fact that I don't have that jealousy and envy in my mindset at the end of the day when it comes to my heart. That God endured with me when it comes to my life. I know how to respect my neighbor. Even when they try to project pain, it wasn't an even exchange when they try to get me out of character. All because of the fact that I believe in my faith. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Always be yourself. I truly preach time to the genuine ones with no misintentions. I truly hope all is well in your end. And I truly hope that you continue to find peace within, regardless to who gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey. You matter and you are worthy. I would never hurt myself. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a copycat. What about you? Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a copycat. What about you? Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a copycat. What about you? I ain't in no order to be myself. The energy is different when you know how to be your authentic self. You actually just know how to flow to go within. They say you corner, you whack, you are nobody. But hold on one second. You understood God's creation. That light that God instilled within you, regardless of gave up on you, overlooked you during your journey, you still chose you. Not to overlook you. They would never understand and relate to your love language, how you chose yourself, not to them your life, bettering yourself when it comes to elevation, treating yourself right. That is just different. That unconditional love. It was tough love. You almost got lost in your journey, but God showed you balance, and you wasn't the mistake because they didn't know how to treat you right. You overcame so many obstacles. You stand before yourself today when it comes to confidence, not hurting yourself with words another day. Understand not to dim your light because God endured faith within you. The energy is different when God is by your side. They will never understand how God is brightening your light when it comes to self love, not to self destruct. Hold on one second. You didn't have hidden agendas. You wasn't trying to take anybody about their free will. You wasn't out here playing with spoken in a toxic way. You damn sure wasn't energy harvesting off innocent people's energy. You wouldn't have to gang stalk folks. You didn't have to you didn't have to tap anybody's phone to psych them out their free when it come to their conscience. Blackmailing somebody, paint them out to be the villain of your story. That was not time to take. That was not the type of case you was trying to catch. That energy is different. We all not the same when it comes to communicating. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. When you fall from my head, you know how to respect your neighbor. Energy is different. The unconditional love. It allows you to come out your comfort zone when you least expect it. Practice made perfect when it came to time and day. God was still balancing your smile when you least expected not to reject you. God was really protecting you from the enemy when you least expected. God was showing you grace. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day because God allowed you to see your faith. God was being patient when it came to time and day, showing you the ropes that hold on one second, what you're going to overcome. I got your back. Don't worry about these suckers that trying to second your conscience when it come to your free will. Like they bad habits. They forgot to love themselves. They put you in competition. Only was it was one sided. You continue to elevate. They try to throw sport back at you in a toxic way. They don't understand how they communicate when it comes to their own train of thought. Why you didn't stop showing up for yourself. When God adored the light within you to better yourself. You had to heal certain childhood trauma that went into your adulthood. Not one lie was told. You stand before yourself today. Loving yourself to better yourself, never dim your light. Loving yourself to better yourself, never dim your light. They don't gonna understand the opportunity God gave you. Allow me to see another day for all the right reasons. It wasn't rejection. It was really your protection. It could have got physical, but it didn't. You rather understand the emotion of being available to understand your existence when it came to your faith, that you loved yourself and it wasn't a mistake with God who overlooked you that day. You have folks not rooting for you. You have folks give up on you during your journey. Action spoke louder than words when you held the goal within to understand your vision, that you matter, you're worthy. Certain folks ain't gonna understand God's light that was endured within you, but you wasn't out here second folks out their conscience when they come their free will. That energy is different. You fall from a hater. You fall from a copycat. You authentic. Something that God endured within you to be yourself. Something that folks can relate to. How you adjust your smile every single day. That hold on one second when folks wanted to see you frown. They would never understand how you stand before yourself today as the woman and man that you're becoming. You actually meant what you said. That hold on one second. I can't lose myself for another day, regardless who's by my side. I want to choose me to become my best self, visit of myself, and not one lie I was told. That unhealthy relationship, it didn't work out. Folks didn't know how to protect you, let them respect you. They shortchange you. They would never tell what they did that day. They take accountability for their actions, but God saw what they did that day. When you don't worship the devil, that energy is definitely all not the same. When it comes to elevation, you actually meant what you said. I love me not to dim my light. I love me not to dim my light. Hold on one second. I choose to be honest in my reality. Thank you, God, for being patient. I don't worship the devil. Good day, bad day, all misunderstanding day. Got folks running laps trying to figure out my train of thought when it comes to hold on one second. I wasn't trying to catch a case. How they try to blackmail you, took a whole community to go up against you. Got motherfuckers air hustling, trying to hit what you got going on for your next move. The only reason, hold on one second, God got the best move. And it's just different. When you don't worship the devil, God's showing you, hold on one second. They're gonna really see I'm truly favoring you, regardless of what you overcome, regardless of what you overcoming, what you overcame. You stand before yourself today to understand gravity. You truly was the blessing. I'm showing you at the end of the day to self-reflect, to understand that hold on one second. Don't give up on yourself because someone tried to shortchange you when it came to lack of common sense because they couldn't communicate with you. Always be yourself. I'm not your genuine love respect. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. That self-love hits different when it comes to your intuition. When God endowed that key within you, they would never understand why you didn't stop when it came to your flow, loving yourself another day. That transition was real. It wasn't an overnight process. You ain't have to tap folks' phone because you was a hater, never that. You ain't have to energy harvest all folks' energy. You didn't have to tap people's devices to psych them out their conscience when they come to their free will because you had bad habits. That wasn't the mindset that God gave you when it came to your intuition because you knew how to respect your neighbor when it came to their privacy. We all not the same. The energy is different. We ain't trying to disrespect your neighbor. They trying to find balance when it comes to common sense. They trying to become their best self vision of yourself because you understood how that felt that day. For certain folks to overlook you, not to respect you, disrespect you, try to get you out of pocket. Hold on 1 second. We all not the same. Doing shit for likes and views. I don't cloud chasing. Everybody digestions ain't built the same. Far from a hater. And it's just different. When you truly original, they would try to say that you a copycat, but you far from that. They would never understand God's intuition when it comes to hold on 1 second. I actually was thinking. I'm only waiting for God's next move. I know it's gonna be the best move because I'm choose me to understand what I'm gonna overcome. And I wasn't trying to hurt me. Even when my neighbor tried to take me my free will when it come to my conscience. But God said, no, not today. I'm truly protecting you. They would never understand why you stand before yourself today. And you ain't have to get out of pocket with someone when they try to antagonize you. When they had to pay somebody to paint you out to be the villain in their story, when you wasn't trying to hurt nobody, all you was doing was speaking up for yourself. How God saw your intuition when it came to your heart, how your heart set up. And hold on 1 second, it never stopped being genuine. That is just different. We all not the same when it comes to having ill intentions. You know when you fall from a hater and you operate out of respect of your neighbor, you operate out of that light that God endowed with you to treat yourself right. You don't respect your neighbor. You got a genuine, beautiful heart. Never stop having that because someone tried to kick you down, let alone project fear in you. God was truly protecting you when it came in your lane, showing that everybody wasn't supposed to be for you when it came to that pain. How folks look at you like competition, and it was one-sided when it came to their drama, let alone their issue. They trying to paint you out to be the villain in their story, all because you believed in your faith. You maintained a smile. They didn't understand what you overcame. God was showing you guidance every single day, even when them tears fell on your face. He wasn't doing it for likes and views. Yo, neighbor, I understood what you went through. When folks didn't know how to respect you, don't love you, and you wasn't doing it for clout and views. That energy is different because you actually dealt with pain that day, and you wasn't out here energy harvesting off someone's innocence when it comes to their pain. You know, we all don't operate the same. The energy is different. They say real recognize real. I ain't have to energy harvest off your energy. Energy harvest off your energy. They say real recognize real. I ain't have to play with smoke in a toxic way to make you feel like you was bent out of shape. Or make you feel you're supposed to become your own worst enemy. That energy is different. When it comes to elevation, you're loving yourself. They will never understand how you to them your life because God works in mysterious ways. You understood gravity while you stand before yourself today to understand your existence. When it comes to your intuition, how your dreams came true, the confidence, that self love wasn't self destructing another day because God brought balance into your life to show you that you are worthy. And they would never understand how I showed up for you. You know, when God shows up, we don't worship the devil, that energy is different. It's a different type of level. How you can truly respect your neighbor, you fall from a gatekeeper. How you know how to respect your neighbor days when they can't even see. And you ain't trying to sneak dish your neighbor regardless to he say, she say, got the fucking say at the end of the day. You know what you said when it was air hustling, getting all in your fucking business, and it was one side only was the hold on 1 second. Yeah, I heard you too, motherfucker. Third party conversation, only the rest that hold on 1 second. The only one will repeat it will be the one that at the end of the day. That's air hustling. No, it's a train of thought for me. Always be yourself. Folks be trying to play these verse psychology mind games. They need new degrees. Matter of fact, they need to go to school at the end of the day so they can achieve. They so invested in your time and day, but they forgot to love themselves. They rather project pain. It wasn't even exchange. Being your authentic self. They would never understand how you truly elevate. You know, when you fall from a hater, you had good days, bad days, and misunderstanding days. You know how it feels to be homeless. You know how it feels for folks to threaten your life. You know how it feels for folks to say they want something you free when it comes to your conscience because they don't want you to elevate to treat yourself right. And then for someone to come into your life that you don't have to know them from a hole in a wall. You don't have to know them. And it took a whole community to go up against one person. All because someone was keeping the real. Goddamn. It's kind of funny how y'all start bullying somebody Bully, 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 bully. Yeah, you. It was you, neighbor, 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 neighbor. It was you, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Bully, 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 bully. Then when someone stands up for themselves, they dead ass wrong. But you was bothering somebody this whole entire time, and they wasn't doing nothing, let alone trying to do you wrong. They wasn't trying to divide your household, but you was trying to suck them out their conscience when it came to free will. We all not the same. That energy is different. How you project that one-sided monster when it comes to your own one-sided pain. How it's the type of shit that you do when someone is truly mind their business or because you see potential within them. I wonder what the last person actually went through, what they truly overcame, or did they make it that day? You thought someone was going to hit somebody. The energy is different when someone wasn't trying to hurt somebody. This type of stuff happens when someone feels like you're a popular loner. They go run all over your toes. Ain't nobody gonna hear you. Ain't nobody gonna hear your screams when they hold on 1 second. Someone hurting you that day. And you ain't have to do nothing besides be your authentic self. I would never hurt myself. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Regardless of what warlock, what witch, what tarot reader, what spiritualist person try to cycle my conscience when it comes to my free will, or let alone what community. I stand before myself that day. I ain't have to disrespect nobody besides respect my neighbor. And they try to catch me. They try to make me feel like I was supposed to catch a case. But God saw everything that I was doing that day. When it came to my intuitions, it's playing with spoken in a toxic way, trying to energy harvest off my energy, trying to destiny swipe with me was an epic failure. Trying to send spiritual warfare towards me, only to realize you don't know who you fuck away when it comes to the 5D. Shit really got physical. Only realize it one sided when it came to your common sense, you truly lacked the go within. When you realize you didn't have that much potential, you watered down. And you say, I'm a copycat. Far from that. The energy is different. We all don't operate the same. Truly far from that hate. I know how to put respect on my neighbor's name. But when it came to my creativity, damn, you try to take credit for everything and try to shortchange me. But God saw what you was doing. Folks, what you talking about them like a bad habit. At the end of the day, damn, the mask fell off. It just shows your character traits, who you truly was. Moving uncomfortable, operating out of hate and jealousy and envy. My content is not for everyone. Never allow someone to make you feel like you gotta live in fear. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Every community is not for you. A community that is truly for you, they're not going to energy harvest off your energy. They're not going to play with spoken in a toxic way. They're not going to try to destiny swipe with you. They ain't going to try to take it your free when it comes to your conscience. They ain't going to try to trauma bond you. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Let alone they don't look at you like competition. And they fall from haters. They really want you to elevate, become your best self vision of yourself when it comes to your intuition. When you actually sit down and ground yourself to run the hold on 1 second, I want to become my best self vision of myself, not to reject myself. I want to protect myself. I want to love myself. I want to actually feel and know that I am worthy of choosing me, regardless of who gave me, overlooked me during my journey. We all not the same. Every community is not for you. It's not. A community that's truly for you will respect you. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. They would not sit here and try to get your free will when it comes to your conscience. Folks, what you talking about like a bad habit. When you say neighbor, 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 yeah, you ain't hustling, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Yeah, you ain't hustling, neighbor. That ain't just different. Your remedy just hits different. And you trigger somebody at the end of the day when it comes to their mental state. Feel like they're about to have a heart attack when you wasn't trying to project that on their neighbor. All you wanted to do was stay in their own lane, but they didn't understand common sense and stay in their lane. When you understood balance when it came to common sense to hold on 1 second. You wasn't trying to get confrontation with somebody that was one-sided. Lack of common sense that hold on 1 second. They forgot to love themselves, but they got so much to say about you. Putting you in competition. Only because you was never part of their race. When it comes to elevation, God has showed you your light when you stay in your lane. Loving yourself, the better yourself, they would never understand why you didn't dim your light. You didn't. You didn't dim your light because someone was projecting fear. You didn't dim your light because someone was projecting spell work on you. You didn't dim your light regardless who heard you or didn't hear you. They overlooked you. You understood what you've been through. And one thing you didn't have to do was lie on your neighbor. The energy is different. Even when they try to dig up your past and trying to humiliate you, disrespect you out loud, God closed that door for all the right reasons so you could understand the service when it came to your self-reflection. You looking in the mirror. I love myself to better myself. I am worthy. I am handsome. I am beautiful. I am worthy of choosing me, not to overlook me, regardless of who wanted to shortchange you when it came to lack of common sense. It was nothing but haters. That jealousy and envy was real. And all he was doing was keeping the real, the innocent person. They understand that she wasn't playing mind games with certain folks when you actually meant what you said that you wanted to heal. Because action spoke louder than words, putting that footwork in, showing up for yourself that they would never understand your existence. When you fall from a copycat, let alone a hater, the energy is different. We all not the same when it comes to that mindset. I ain't never look at my neighbor like competition. Always be yourself. They said that you whack, you corny, you're nobody, you a lame, you a nobody. They said I'm gonna suck at your free when it comes to your conscience. Where's your God at now? I'm going to strip everything from you so you can hate yourself. Where's your God at now? I'm gonna put you in the psych board, loud on your name, because I got controlling issues and I got money. Where's your God at now? I'm gonna get you jumped. I'm gonna have you raped. Where's your God at now? You know, God saw everything. God saw everything. And I don't wish this on nobody's child. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Even if you had a mindset of being a hater and you realize, hold on 1 second, neighbor, I wouldn't want somebody to do that to my baby. I don't wish this in nobody's household. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, all because someone lacks self control. And they look at your child or you as a target because of the fact that you don't to be your authentic self and you fall from a copycat. You're authentic, how God truly created you to be yourself. And you wasn't out here saying to people about their free will, let on their conscience. You wasn't playing with spell work in a toxic way. You wasn't hacking people's devices, violating people's privacy, disrespecting folks. Hold on 1 second, gang stalking them. That wasn't your operation when it came to your heart because you actually had one. Only was you had to finally train the thought that hold on 1 second. I wouldn't want this to happen to me. And yes, I am a child of God. And no, I don't worship the devil. We may not pray the same, but I wouldn't want that pain to be endured either. And I wouldn't want someone to do that to my baby, regardless of how old they are. And it doesn't matter about their sexual orientation, their disability, or their age, because nobody is deserving of that type of pain. My content is not for everyone. You know, if something is yours, right? You wouldn't have to get somebody robbed if something was yours. You wouldn't have to gang up with a group of people to get somebody robbed if something was yours. You wouldn't have to try to say something their free will if something was yours. You wouldn't have to go through those different measures and go into different communities and saying, I got a plan. I could use this to my advantage. I could manipulate this person. Nobody's going to believe them anyway. Nobody's going to believe them anyway. I'm going to plot to talk about their free will, and then I'm going to say, hey, listen, I got a plan. And we're going to take everything and walk away. I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I would never want a household to be divided. And I say that respectfully. You could disrespect me all day long, but stay in your own lane because I didn't have to disrespect you. It's kind of funny how you lied on me because of someone was jealous and envy. Someone was a hater. And someone wanted me to be in the mindset of being my own worst enemy. And you went along with someone's story and only for you to realize that, hold on 1 second. They put me in something I should have no business. Me having the position that I have, I should have had more common sense to reach out to my neighbor and figure out, hold on 1 second, what's going on? The first thing that you want to say is, I'm going to psych you out your free will. Bothering an innocent person because someone was jealous and envy. So that means that was your mindset this whole entire time too. Not one lie was told, I guess. But I don't think that you would want someone to do that to your baby or your loved ones. And I don't mean no disrespect. But then again, when you have a community that's for you, that's going to ride for you, this is what I be talking about with individuals that be dividing each other. And people be gatekeepers and stuff. And they be playing with spell work in a toxic way. They be energy harvesting some of their energy. They neighbors energy. They be trying to destiny swipe and stuff. Like everybody, regardless of their skin color. Yeah, this right here. It's not for your community. Because you'd be so surprised who will want to go up against you. Just to say at your conscience, but it come to your free will. All because they're jealous and envy of you. And they would dig up your past to humiliate you. They would dig up your past to make you feel like, hold on 1 second, I'm going to make you mentally unbalanced. Because I got control and let alone I got a couple of dollars. Matter of fact, I got the right people by my side, and they're gonna shut you the fuck up. And you know what? Not one lie was told that you said. Damn, you're really good. You're really good. My content is not for everybody. You know, we all don't operate the same. Gang stalking people because of jealousy and envy, or running what somebody had to say. You know, that he say, she say bullshit. Regardless to what the situation was, some people actually like their free will. The energy is different. We all don't operate the same. You didn't have to blackmail somebody. You wasn't psyching somebody their free will. You didn't have to tap somebody's devices to feel like you was keeping it real. You didn't have to energy harvest off someone's energy. You didn't have to destiny swipe with somebody. You didn't have to play with spoken in a toxic way. I don't give nobody permission to use my creativity. Today is currently March 31st, 2025, and it's currently 6:27 p.m. I don't give nobody permission to use my creativity, whoever's ear hustling. I say that respectfully, and I don't mean no disrespect. My content is not for everyone. And when it comes to my creativity, I came up with the ideas. My heavenly mother, my heavenly father, God, gave me the vision. And I don't worship the devil. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. You know what's so sad? How when someone speaks up for themselves, when someone is like real life trying to say about their free will, and you're not doing it for likes and views. You're not. You don't have that mindset when you're a child of God and you're the real chosen one to look at your neighbor like competition. You would never look at your neighbor like competition. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Regardless to what you're going through within your journey. Because you're far from a hater. You're far from a hater. Why would you want to hurt your neighbor? The way your heart is set up at the end of the day, when you truly got potential within you to be your best self vision of yourself, they would never understand that, damn, you truly had a flow within you to elevate. They would never understand your existence, how you relate to yourself, what you truly overcame. You understood time and day, patience, understanding reality was truly the gift to yourself. When it came to blessing, you didn't reject yourself. You understood that God was truly protecting you, showing that you are worthy. Even when they try to make you uncomfortable, you bettered yourself when it came to your mental health. You had to heal certain childhood trauma. It wasn't easy. It went into your adulthood. Not one lie was told. Hold on 1 second. But God allows you to believe in your faith, and you didn't reject yourself another day, becoming your worst enemy. They would never understand how you stand before yourself today. When you didn't give up on yourself, you didn't give up on you. You chose you, not to overlook you. Even when they try to shadow ban you, they said that you the copycat, but you the original when it comes to your blueprint. You come up with your own creativity when it comes to your flow. Regardless of who respects you or not, you still know how to respect your neighbor. They put you in secret competition, but you still elevated. They didn't understand your existence when they still worked in a toxic way. How God truly restored you for all the right reasons when it came to your pain. Because of someone's mindset, one-sided, and they didn't want you to elevate. God was maintaining that smile for you, allow you to see a resistance. God was allowing you to see your smile, and you didn't allow yourself to resist that day. You allowed yourself to let go. Yeah, tears fell down, but God heard those tears for all the right reasons. You wasn't boohooing crying. That is just different. God was showing you your strength when it came to your creativity. I got your back. They will never understand the best that's about to come out of you. And you fall from a copycat. You don't got to sit there and take someone else's creativity and make it your home. You truly authentic. It comes from within. That's the vision that God endowed within you. They will never understand how you stand before yourself today. Being original. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a copycat. What about you? Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a copycat. What about you? No, here's the train of thought for me. What's wrong with these people? It took a whole group of people to go up against one person. Someone truly had potential. Elevation looks good on you. They put you in competition, but that was truly a one-sided issue. They forgot to love themselves, the lack of self-confidence. They forgot to go within, talking about they truly held. But hold on one second. They looked at you like competition. They wanted to psych you out the race, but you was never part of their games. No, it's a trade over me. I never understood that. Like how you hating on somebody, how you jealous of somebody because they got confidence, and then you put them in a race that's so invisible that they was never part of. I think you need a straight body jacket. Talk about a weird ass person. Who you? Conversation is really one sided. It really is. Trying to get out of pocket, or because someone actually understood creativity. It wasn't trying to steal your flow. The universe is beautiful. The universe is beautiful. The universe is beautiful. You know, the universe is so beautiful. The fact that the people that's truly for you when they come to your community, they see you, they respect you. They ain't got ill intentions to psych you at your conscience, but they come to your free will. That energy is different. Yo, neighbor, I respect you. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. I ain't got no hate in my blood, and I'm moving accordingly. You ain't gotta speak to me, but just understand at the end of the day, I ain't trying to hurt you, and I'm moving accordingly. Even when you get lost in your words, you got a speech problem, you got a disability, you know how to respect your neighbor, they actually understand you, and it's okay. You could probably have been one of the people that was participating in this bullshit, but taking accountability for your actions, that was some real shit. Understand that, hold on one second, I'm falling back for all the right reasons, because you didn't deserve that. Continue doing what you're doing. Continue to elevate, understanding your flow. That hold on one second. I truly believe in God today. You allow me to see a vision I couldn't relate to, choosing me. The words that hold on one second. I do have faith to become my best self vision of myself. I wasn't a mistake. You allowed me to feel that hold on one second. I could truly mentally go within. I had bad habits within me, childhood trauma. I think I was truly my worst enemy. Matter of fact, damn, I'm an adult today. I really need balance in my life when it comes to hold on one second. Am I going the right way? I led myself to pain. I'm one to overcome to become my best self vision of myself. We all not the same. I came from an upbringing, abandonment issues, the lack of love, the respect wasn't in the household. I saw it around me, folks projecting pain, paying people out to be their own victims. I ain't trying to go down that route today. I did some things I ain't proud of, but hold on one second. I'm willing to change. It's not going to be an overnight process, but I'm willing to understand my faith. I'm willing to understand that God's going to lead me, like God is showing up for you. I ain't trying to overlook me. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. Matter of fact, I appreciate your time, neighbor, for you being your authentic self. Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have saw the day of light within me. God's by my side. Start picking up the Bible. I wasn't really into it. I heard you don't do that because you look at him because them pages, them pages for you is too is not real. See, it's not my vocabulary. I told you it's not my goddamn vocabulary. That made up shit. But I don't mean no disrespect. Everybody prays differently, but I respect your religion. It may not be for me, but that's for you. That's what you choose. That's what make you comfortable to go within. But respect was a two-way street that allowed you to see that hold on one second. We don't need to be divided. In every community, you're right. It's not for us. It's not. I don't want to be part of something that seconds about their free will when it comes to their conscience. And all that person was doing was going from point A to Z just to get their life together. When it comes to healing trauma and pain, you're right. It's not an overnight process. Thank you for showing me that. Hold on one second. I still have balance. Energy is different. When you come across somebody that knows how to take accountability for their action, and they wasn't out here hacking people devices, regardless of their journey, they was keeping it real. Like, listen, I wasn't energy harvesting on people energy. I wasn't destiny swiping with folks. I wasn't playing with spoken in a toxic way. Not no good day or bad day, but I did have a past. And I realized that true love can truly last. The unconditional love, being patient with time and day. God didn't have ill intentions to love me to realize I did make a mistake. I understood to come out of my comfort zone. God allowed me to see that, hold on one second. Regardless who gave up on me, overlooked me during my journey, I can still choose me to believe that I am worthy. It ain't gonna be an overnight process, but I'm willing to understand the reality of change and growth to better myself when it comes to my mental health, not to lose myself again another day. Thank you, God, for being patient when it comes to balance. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. We all not the same. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. And when you're far from a copycat, far from a hater, when you don't look at your neighbor like competition, they will never understand. Hold on one second. I respect my neighbor. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. But loving yourself is not a crime. Acknowledging that you are worthy is not a crime. Because when the right people walk into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. They're not trauma bonding you. They're not projecting spell work on you. They're not energy harvesting off your energy. And they're not trying to destiny swipe with you. And they're not trying to dig up your past to humiliate you and disrespect you. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I don't mean no disrespect in no shape or form. And they fall from haters and they don't look at you like competition. They had a past themselves. They wasn't doing it for likes. It was on clout chasing. They understood that last chapter, what it truly brought them, overcoming, understanding their existence. We all not the same when it comes to elevation. When the right people walk into your life, they fall from haters. They don't look at you like competition, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Respect is a two-way street. If you're not for me, stay in your lane. It's not difficult or hard to actually respect your neighbor, and especially when they're truly for you, because your neighbor wants the best for you. They're not trying to tell you what to do, they want the best for you. And you're not out here hacking people devices. You're not out here gang stalking people. You're not out here psyching people out their free will. You're not out here energy harvesting off innocent people's energy. You're not out here blackmailing people. You're not out here destiny swiping with folks. You're not out here playing with sport in a toxic way, making someone feel like they're supposed to become their own worst enemy. You're not doing that. And you're not paying this person, paying that person to find out someone's past. The energy is different. We all not the same when it comes to pain, let alone trauma. We have to get dysfunctional, get out of character, put our hands on folks. At the end of the day, we understood to operate out of God's light because God was going to take over the will, regardless when the enemy goes up against you, let alone the devil. And that's nothing that you don't worship. We all not the same when it comes to God's light. When God brings the right people into your life, respect is a two-way street. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. My content is not for everyone. It's not. I'm not begging nobody to like my video. I am not begging nobody to subscribe to this channel or any other platform that I'm on. I'm not begging nobody to do that because what's truly for you is going to show up for you. And everybody's community is not for you. When you fall from a copycat, never a hater. Neighbor, 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 neighbor. Continue to elevate. Continue to elevate. Confidence looking good on you today. Healing trauma and pain is not a race overnight process. You overcame that storm when you least expected. You're still being patient with time when it comes to your energy. Understanding that hold on one second, God installed peace within you. To balance that smile, they would never understand how you stand before yourself today. You was truly the win. And you was never part of nobody's race. But you chose you to understand that God's growth. Healing trauma and pain is going to always take balance. Always going to take time and day and change to grow. They will never understand your flow. Continue to love yourself, never overlook you. The energy is different. Your biggest cheerleader, up close in person. You need folks to root you on, to be your authentic self. The energy is different. Giving yourself flowers. Love wasn't looking for no handout. They would never understand your vision when it comes to self love, how God truly showed you balance, especially what you overcame. You knew you couldn't pick up the phone, wasn't going to be even exchange. Folks didn't know how to protect you, love you. They forgot to show up for you, but they was there for everybody else. Not one lie was told. You understood what you endured that day. Having a broken heart, but someone's supposed to love you. Hold on one second. All they did was project pain. They lied on your name, right to left. Only was a damn. Things will never be the same. I truly hope that you find peace within. I gotta love me, brother. I am worthy to understand my faith today. That God got me every single day during my journey. When you said God don't love me, you said God don't love me. God ain't going like God ain't rocking with you. As you said God don't love you. But God's been keeping it real with me every single day before anybody else. The energy is different. Folks, all they want to do is project pain. But the person I believed in the most at the end of the day, and I was not being blindsided. Mm-mm. Because when you're on God's mission, certain folks will never understand your intuition. I wasn't doing it for likes. He was on a cloud chasing. Far from a hater. Respect your neighbor. My past does not live in my reality. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I never gave anybody permission to use my creativity. I never gave anybody permission to have any type of ownership over me. And I say that respectfully. When it comes to my creativity, those are my ideas. My heavenly mother and my heavenly father allowed me to find balance when it came to that. I didn't give my rights to nobody. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Always be yourself. When they say that you whack, you corner, you're a nobody. They don't understand the flow when you truly go within. They wanted you to be incompetent. They wanted you to act out, bent out of shape. But you truly the original when it comes to your blueprint. That's what God endowed within you. Even when they try to take your ideas, laugh at your pain, talk about on the way to the bank. How God works in mysterious ways. You can still be whacking corny to somebody, but the folks that truly feel you actually love you and respect you, not to them your life. Continue to be patient with time and day when it comes to creativity. Regardless of what you got going on, regardless of what you got going on during your journey, and never make somebody feel like you're wrong because you got a speech problem and they try to shortchange you, let alone if you have a disability. Never allow someone to make you feel wrong for speaking. You matter and you are worthy. That relationship, it didn't work out. They was projecting us playing mind manipulation games, playing with spoken in a toxic way. You supposed to be bent out of shape. You chasing behind somebody that know how to love you, don't respect you. But God closed all that door. God closed all those doors for all the right reasons when it comes to that bad behavior. They don't live in your reality today. Finally found someone that actually values your time and day. Not to take it kindly so we can love you right the first time around. That is just different. That wasn't trying to project pain. Little run game was an even exchange. Someone truly showing you that hold on one second. God works in mysterious ways. How real love is real. Healthy love is in existence. Someone truly paying attention. Truly got you going within. That ain't just different. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Always be yourself. They gave up on you, they overlooked you during your journey. When you least expected it was for your it was God's protection, protecting your heart, not to allow you to frown, but truly see you smile. Certain folks was part of your journey, but you didn't overlook yourself when you least expect it. Being patient with time and day. I understand that. Hold on one second. The right people walk into you like they truly respect you with no hidden agendas. Energy is different when it truly comes to your community. They make you blood related or not. They ain't gonna try to dim your light when the right folks show up for you. I know how to respect my neighbor. I know the intentions. Always be yourself. Always be yourself. I'm not edging you on love respect. Never feel wrong for being yourself, especially when you got malicious intentions. Energy is different. They could dig up your past all day long. They could try to humiliate you, do you wrong. They was trying to set you free when it come to your conscience. But God was really protecting you, showing you direction when it came to balance, loving yourself another day, not to reject you because someone tried to project pain. Always be yourself. You matter and you are worthy. It doesn't matter what it is that you do in life, and you have a passion for it, or it just brings you balance. Don't give up on yourself or never allow someone to make you feel like you're wrong for choosing you. And especially when God endowed something within you. God endowed that gift within you. God endowed that light within you. God was shining the light on you. So never allow someone, it didn't matter what tax bracket they was in, make you feel like you're wrong for being your authentic self when it comes to your creativity. You fall from a copycat. When you truly the blueprint of your originality, that energy is different. Always be yourself. When it comes to Naya General Respect content, I am the original owner, and I say that respectfully, regardless of what he say, she say, got to say about me. I wasn't trying to catch a case when he tried to blackmail me. I understood elevation when it came to rotation. I chose myself to was I was the blessing. Regardless who get for me, overlooked me during my journey. I still know how to respect my neighbor, even days when I couldn't see. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding that we all not the same. Always be yourself. Misunderstood and loved by you. Far from a copycat. What about you? Misunderstood and loved by you. Far from a copycat. What about you? I gotta go. Always be yourself and no Melissa intentions. Have a good day, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Gotta go. Have a safe year, evening, weekend. You matter. You are worthy. Have a safe week ahead of you. Protect your energy. Loving yourself is not a crime, so never allow someone to discourage you from loving yourself because they lack self confidence. They have self esteem problems. And they don't like the fact that you know how to be your authentic self, regardless of what trials and tribulations you overcame. They have an identity crisis, but they ain't got nothing to do with you. You still knew how to root your neighbor on and respect them. They try to shortchange when it came to your conscience, regardlessly protecting you, showing you, hold on one second, what the enemy looks like opposing person when they try to get you out of pocket. They try to antagonize you, regardless, we told you balance. They try to blackmail you, take pictures right to left, send it to folks that you don't even know, only to realize that God saw everything. My content is not for everybody. I'm gonna say this one more time. I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And if something is yours, you would never have to rob somebody. You would never have to get a group of people to go up against somebody to psych them out their free will when it comes to their conscience. You would never have to do this to nobody's neighbor in any community and tell them, hold on one second, I got a plan. When it comes to seconds about their free will, when it comes to their conscience, I'm gonna make them mentally unstable. Ain't nobody gonna believe them anyway. I'm gonna paint them out to be slow, stupid, and retarded. That's how you look at them anyway. If something is really yours, you wouldn't have to go through those type of loops. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And it took a whole community to go up against one person. Protect your energy and protect you and your family with no misintentions. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And that's okay. But always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the bond. She mighty worthy. We get dreams come true. Never dim your light. Hold on, never, never, never. Don't dim your light. I never gave anyone permission to use my creativity as their own. Today is currently March 31st, 2025. Today is 6:50 a.m. and I'm 6:50 p.m. I never gave anyone permission to use my creativity. When it comes to my creativity, I come with my own ideas. It doesn't matter what space or environment that I am in. When I do my creativity, I never gave anyone permission to use my creativity when I speak. Someone uses my creativity. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. I took your time to the genuine ones. Have a good day.